without knowing anything else, would you say that the earth was round or flat? You might think it's flat. There are a lot of things that we can't really tell with our eyes. Right? DNA, the very thing that makes us up, cells and molecules, we can't see with our eyes. We use very special tools to see these things. Right? Does anybody know what we use? Guys in the back? Shh. Anybody know what we use to see these things? Magnifying glass, microscopes. The point is, we use special tools to see things that our eyes can't see. So let me ask you a question. Jeevan? Can we see God with our eyes? Do you think Guru Sahib knew that we can't see God with our eyes? God is everywhere, right? So what Guru Sahib did was give us a tool to see God. Do you know what that tool is? Gurbani. That's our tool to see God. That's our tool to experience God. That's our tool to listen to God. That's our tool to speak with God. It's up to us to start using that tool, right? If we want to see God, if we want to have God part of our life, it's up to us to use that tool. So, on a separate note, how many of you have tried to learn a new language? Okay. A lot of people. So, do you think if you watch YouTube all day, you would be able to learn that language? Or do you think if you actually went to that place and immersed yourself in that culture, in that language, would you learn it better that way? You would. So what we're trying to do here, and what we've been trying to do for 42 years and continue to do, is we want to help you to converse in the language of God. We want to help you converse in that language so that you can be one with God, so you can talk to God and hear God and listen to God. What we would ask you to do is for 1 week, not even 6 days, we ask that you immerse yourself in the experience of being a Sikh. You don't have to go to school, you don't have to go to work. 6 days, immerse yourself in Sikhi. We start, for the older kids and for the parents, we start at 4 in the morning. We'll start with Simran, then do Asakivar, and then we'll eventually lead up to Nitnem at 7 o'clock in the morning, right? So for 5 days we're all asking that you immerse yourself in Gurbani. The regular schedule will start at 6 o'clock, but come earlier. Be part of that experience of being here at 4 in the morning and listening and being part of that Simran. Right? Let me ask you younger kids. How many of you like that ice cream that you ate today? Good? If you just saw somebody on TV eating something, do you think you'd like it that much? No? But when you experienced it, when you put that ice cream, when you ate that ice cream, you experienced it. You experienced what the emotion was to enjoy something. When you experience Gurbani, you get that emotion of enjoyment. You get that ras. And let me tell you something about Sikh religion. It is amazing in the ideas, amazing in the thought process. I'll tell you a story. When I was young, I came to this country when I was 6, back in 1970. There was nobody else here as a Sikh. In fact, I was telling somebody a story today that when they used to see my father, the cops would stop all the traffic thinking he was some prince from Arabia, and so they would let us through. Nobody knew what a Sikh was. And so for us to go and try and explain to our friends at school when we're in first, second, third grade, it's kind of a challenge. But as we went through and our parents started telling us about our religion, when they started telling us that, listen, men and women are equal, there's no gender with a soul, we're all one. That idea made such an impact on me that I could go to school the next day feeling so proud that my religion was so advanced. That it had ideas about helping other people, about feeding other people, about having equality, that our religion was, and I'm not bad-mouthing any religion, I'm saying that the concepts in Sikh religion are so advanced that it made me incredibly proud as an 8, 9-year-old to be able to go to school and say, you know what? And this was, remember, 1970s, this was the ERA movement. This was when women couldn't be rabbis and women couldn't be priests and women couldn't do any of that stuff. To be able to go to school and say, you know what? Sikh religion, we're all the same. It's up to us to start looking at what our religion has to offer. And that's why I'm saying for 6 days, immerse yourself into Nam and Bani and allow yourself to experience this, because it is a phenomenal experience. It can be a life-changing experience. We have some incredible speakers here. Obviously, Gursev is here. Jasmine Kaur is here. Ruben Ball is coming. We have Kanisha coming. We have other speakers, local teachers, who I think are probably some of the best teachers because we have our own parents teaching you guys, right? Talk to them, learn from them, be immersed in Bani for 1 week. Let it be a life-changing, life-altering experience for you. Remember what we read in Rerasag every day, right? This is your opportunity. So, if you have questions, ask. We'll do our best to give you the best of whatever we know. Share whatever you know, because nobody has all the answers, but we all have some of the answers. We can all help each other to learn. And for those of you, let me put the idea that I learned when I was 6, 7, 8 years old into a more concrete example. The Bill of Rights was signed when? 1776. When did women get equal rights in this country? Almost 200 years later, before they could serve in the armed forces. The ERA movement. It took the United States, the most advanced country in the world, 200 years to figure out what our gurus had told us back in the 1500s. There's a lot that we can learn in this 1 week. It's not just 6 days. It's minutes and hours that you spend with the different people here, whether it's another parent, whether it's another child, whether it's a staff member, whether it's somebody from outside teaching us, doesn't matter. Make this week a life-changing experience. Allow yourself to learn what being a Sikh has to offer. So, at this point, real quickly, what I think I want to do is go over the schedule for everybody. Can we put that up? And Hursev and Gurnoor, are you around to take us through the schedule and rules? Just rules? You guys don't do schedules? That's all. Sandeep, you want to take the schedule? Nobody wants to do the schedule. All right, you've got the schedule? Okay. So let's go over the schedule. And again, here's what I would encourage you to do. One, by all means, take a picture of the schedule once it comes up, although the mountains are nice if you want to take a picture of those. But make an arrangement with maybe your other staff member. If you guys want to come early in the morning for Asakivad, for Simran, let us know. We'll come and take your place. We'll come and watch the kids while you guys go and do Simran and listen and take part in Asakura. So, just give a few more seconds to get the schedule up. In the meantime, while we do that, let me just explain how the camp works, guys. So we have 5 different groups, right? We have little khalsas that are kids with their parents that are here that are 7 and below. We have then what we call the A group, which is ages 8 to 10. And within the A group, you're going to get split up into A1 and A1 and A2. We have B group, which is ages 11 to 13. You're going to get split up into B1 and B2. And we have C group, which is 14 to 16. And we have D group, which is 17 and up. And the way it works is C and D, for the most part, will have their classes in Divan Hall. A1 and A2 will have their classes in the dining hall. B1 and B2 will have their classes in the canteen and in the gazebo. All right? And as you know from past years, the way it works is we start, general wake up is 6 o'clock. Sandeep and I will come around and knock on your door at 5:45, and we'll continue knocking until you get up. Once you're up, we expect the staff members to please get ready, wake up their campers, and we will have snacks and hot chocolate in the dining hall at 6:30. At 7 o'clock, we start midnight. For those who want to come earlier, 4 o'clock, we'll do Prakash, Simran, and Asakibra till 6:30. All right? After Nitnem, and the way it works, Nitnem works is that B, C, and D will be here for Nitnem at 7 o'clock. A group will be in the dining hall, in the back of the dining hall. Remember, A group is 8 to 10. You will be in the dining hall for Nitnem. At 8 o'clock, we will come down here, we'll come out to the deck over here for Nishan Sahib. So A group will walk down, B, C, and D will step out to the deck, and we'll do our Nishan Sahib there. After that is breakfast, and after breakfast is intensive training. And intensive training has always been the idea that you get a chance to learn one specific Bani that we're teaching, so that you really get to understand that Bani. You understand the concept, you understand the pronunciations, and you're able to actually recite the Bani by the end of the week. And the way that's going to work is, Gursevirji is going to be doing Asakivar Vyakhya here. So anybody that wants to do that, C and D specifically, we want you guys here. Other kids that want to hear from A and B, you can come here. The rest of the camp, for A group, we'll have, for intensive training, we'll have Japji Sahib, Rera Sahib. Clearly I had too much ice cream. We'll have Rera Sahib, Tapar Sahib Sweye, and Chope Sahib. Those are the 3 Banis that we're going to teach. Okay? We'll make an announcement tomorrow morning as to where the locations are, but we're only teaching those 3. Why are we only teaching those 3? Because we don't have, we're not able to properly do Satkar of Gurke. We don't want them to be disrespected. We don't want them on the tables. We don't want them on the floor. We don't want them, so we want to make sure that we can do proper Satkar of Bani. Because remember, Bani and Guru is same, right? Bani, Guru have Bani. So instead, what we're going to do is put up projectors, and we'll have 3 classes. Chope Sahib, Tapar Sahib Sweye, and Rera Sahib. Gursev will be here for Asakiva. After intensive training is our morning Divan program. That's when it's basically a Gurdwara program. We'll do a couple of Shabads. We'll do Anand Sahib, Ardas, Hukam, Day, and then we go off to classes. Classes are made up of 2 sessions. And the way it works is the classes will stay where they are. It's the teachers that will rotate. So A1 will stay where A1 is for both sections. A2 stays where A2 is. The teachers will rotate. That way the kids aren't moving, the teachers are moving. It's a lot quicker. You'll have 2 sections for classes, right? After those classes, and again, Little Khalsa will have a slightly different schedule, but for A, B, and C, that will be your schedule. After classes is lunch and followed by sports. During sports time, we will have the pool open. We'll create a schedule between boy and girl swim. We will have various activities, whether it's dodgeball, kickball, or just volleyball. There's a bunch of stuff that you can do. We have basketball courts. We have tennis courts. So see what you want to do. But that is for 2 hours after lunch, after which you have some free time. And then we want everybody here by 4:30. Whether you want your hair done, whether you want a damala tie, whether you want a keski, whatever it is, you want to be here by 4:30. We're then going to start Badal Sahib at 4:45. After which, there's a small 15-minute presentation, and then we'll go to dinner. After dinner, for A group and for special. After dinner is the evening discussion for different groups. A group will have a discussion, B group will have a discussion, C and D will have their discussion. After discussions, A group and special will go through the shutdown process. We'll do Swela side, we'll do Simran, we'll do Lullaby, we'll do the snacks. A and special. B, C, and D will continue with the evening program. All right? Now, tomorrow is the one exception. After I gave you the schedule that A and special are going to go back early, I'm giving you the one exception, which is tomorrow night, we're going to try to do a campfire. After the shutdown, which is, like I said, our lullaby, our simran, our swela, we have snacks. And for C and D group, we may have another discussion, but everybody else goes back to their cabins for lights out. So I want you guys to also understand a few things. We take attendance 4 or 5 times a day. In the morning, we'll be taking attendance when you come in for Nitnem, just to make sure we know where everybody is. We'll be taking attendance at class time. We'll be taking attendance at Deras. We'll be taking attendance at night before you leave for snacks. And then we'll do a final bed check. So we're taking attendance 4 or 5 times a day just to make sure, 1, we know everybody is, 2, everybody's doing okay, 3, does anybody need anything, etc. So please keep in mind, if you're not there for attendance, we're going to stop everything and start looking for you. And we've done that in the past. The entire camp shuts down and we go on a search for people. And it turns out they may be in the bathroom or whatever, or they may be out cabin getting a sweater, whatever it is, but you can't leave. The point is, you can't leave your designated area without telling a staff member. All right? Any questions? For all the parents that are here, here's where we need help from you. When we're doing a switch, a class switch, or an event switch, we need your help to get up and take the kids and move them along to the next activity. So if we're at breakfast and we're trying to do a class switch, we'll need your help. We'll need your help to get everybody over to the next activity. All right? And the way you'll know that there's a class switch is there's a very obnoxious horn that's going to go off. It's one of those air horns. And it will go off and it will tell you that the next activity has to happen. Any questions on the schedule? Everybody looks really excited by my schedule. I like it. I like it. Maybe I'm doing the wrong profession. Trading Post is canteen. During sports time, we open up a little candy store where we sell all sorts of junk food that your parents don't let you have at home. All right? Chocolate, candy, soda, sell all that kind of stuff. discounted prices. All right, so now what we're going to do is go over the rules. Now you guys can, excellent. We're going to go over the rules of camp, so just please bear with us, and then we're going to start the next part.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. I'm Harsev. That's me.
I'm Gurnor.
Yeah, we're just gonna quickly go over the rules for you guys, so you know what to do throughout the week. Number 1, no one can change their cabin without first getting permission from the camp director. Camp director being Sean Uncle, okay? If you need to do something like changing a cabin, go to Sean Uncle because he's the camp director.
Number 2 is to attend all the events. I know the schedule might seem like really big and it seems like a lot, but I promise there's like a lot of free time and you're only here for like, okay, help others. Self-explanatory. But come to everything because you're only here for a week and make the best of your time. You guys get a lot of free time. I know you might be tired, but unless you talk to a staff member, you can't just decide to like stay in your cabin and take a nap as much as we might want to. But yeah.
Okay, number 4. Maintain Gurdwara decorum and respect always. We spent a lot of time making this as pretty as possible for you guys. So if you guys would be respectful of it and treat it properly, that would be very nice. Thank you.
Keep your head covered at all times. Because of the fan, our chimneys fly off a lot, so an idea might be to like tie a small bandana under your chimney, which I will start doing. But we will walk around and say chimney check, and we will get upset if your chimneys aren't on, and yeah.
Okay, number 6, inform a staff member immediately if you have a health problem or any other difficulty. We have a doctor on site, we have a few doctors on site, but the camp doctor is Manita Auntie. So if you have any, yeah, stand up. Yeah, that's Manita Auntie. So if you have any injuries or you're feeling sick or something, you need dwai or anything, go to her right away. If you can't find her, then go to another staff member just to make sure that you are okay. We want you to be nice and safe and comfortable throughout this entire week.
So wherever we are at the time, like you can't just like walk out and leave without telling someone. If you have to do something, just go to find your counselor, and if you can't find any staff member, and just tell them what you need so we know where you are. Because the minute we can't find you, it's a huge campsite. So if we can't find you, like my dad said, we will stop everything and worry about your safety first.
Yeah. Okay, no one, including the parents and the staff, can leave the campgrounds without written permission of the camp director. It's just like what Gurnor said, we don't want to lose you. You guys are kind of our responsibility, so for all the young ones, just stick in the campsite, know where you are. Yeah.
So, we only rent out this campsite for a week, so we do rent it from other people, and so we try not to damage any of their things and listen to their rules. So when it comes to the pool and stuff, don't swim if there's not a lifeguard, and like just don't break anything. If something does break, please come to us and tell us.
Wait, where do we go? Where? What? Wait, I'm lost. Number 15. Okay, thank you. No, joking around is okay. We like to play around with each other, that's fine and everything, but you cannot prank anyone, okay? We've had very big problems in the past years where it's just not fun. The consequences are bad if you prank someone. We don't want to enforce any bad consequences because we're all just trying to have fun and enjoy ourselves while we're here. So just no pranks, please.
There's no loud music or anything. Multiple reasons. I mean, first of all, like, I know you guys might bring speakers and stuff and might want to use them during sports time. If you want to play like Girthen or something, you want to talk to someone about it before you want to set it up, fine. But also sports time is time for everyone to be relaxing and stuff. So if you're blasting Girthen when your friend is trying to sleep 3 beds next to you, they wouldn't appreciate that. So just try to be respectful of everyone's space and their free time.
All right, respect others' property. Anyone caught disrespecting anyone else's property or belongings will be removed from camp, okay? Everyone has their own stuff. You guys keep it to yourselves. Don't need to go into anyone else's stuff because it's their stuff. It's their personal things. Keep it to them. You keep your stuff by your side and everything will be good.
So when it comes to blow dryers, irons, or whether it's hair irons or clothing, any of that stuff, we are in cabins in the middle of the woods, and we haven't had power outages, but just try to be careful of that because whether it could get wet or it's just a safety hazard. So if you do want to use something, talk to your staff member or counselor about how to go about that and how to use it before you try to set something up on your own because it could hurt someone or potentially start a fire.
Okay, boys are not allowed into the girls' cabins. Likewise with the girls. Girls are not allowed to go into the guys' cabins, okay? Just stay in your cabin, stay on the girls' side, boys stay on the boys' side.
Try not to bring any food or candy back to your cabins, even drinks besides water, because these bugs, they move fast and they will get to you before you finish whatever you were having. And there could be a problem with mice or skunks, so just don't, we are in the woods, so don't bring any of that. Try to finish it, even unopened stuff. Just, you can always buy it the next day. And try to keep everything clean. There's probably like 15 people in your cabin that are all using the same 2 showers, so be respectful of others.
Okay, yeah, no littering anywhere on the campgrounds. Like we said earlier, we rented this place. It's not ours for the year, for our lives. We rented it just for this week, so make sure you stay respectful of that and no litter.
Okay, so phones can only be used during sports and free time. They shouldn't be out during classes, during the bonds, or any other time to do any type of recreational stuff. If you have an emergency or you need to talk to parents or you need to get in touch with family, you can tell us and you can tell us like, hey, I have to text my brother and tell him this. Hey, I have to text my mom and ask her this. But just let us know what's going on because we're probably going to say yes. So there's no point in getting your phone taken away, which has happened to even me, and it's not worth it. So just try to keep it away and try to like be present in everything that we're doing here because you get so much free time. It doesn't seem like a lot, but you will have the chance to go on your phones, to check Snapchat if you have service eventually.
Okay, yep. No Wi-Fi. No Wi-Fi. Okay. All campers must maintain proper discipline at all times. Non-compliance with the rules shall result in appropriate disciplinary actions. Multiple minor infractions, like being late for attendance, misbehaving with your friends, stuff like that, will result in actions such as a loss of sports/free time, cleaning duty, etc., etc. Major infractions, which is wandering around the campgrounds, going other places that you shouldn't be going, will be dealt with in coordination with the camper's parents, okay? Like we said earlier, we're not trying to get anyone in trouble, but just be respectful and listen to these rules. It's very simple.
Okay, and the last thing is if you drove your car to camp, you cannot drive it outside of camp until you are leaving. You should give your keys to the director, and also we have a lake here, but we just try not to go, we don't have lifeguards, so just don't go in it or too close to it, and just be respectful of what you're throwing in it.
One last piece. The way we had the introduction here for the entire camp. Tomorrow morning during class time, we'd like to meet with the parents and just go over what we're trying to teach, what the subject matters are, so that you're aware of what we're doing, and go through the schedule and see how we can help you to be more part of the camp and help out with camp, and how to get you also maybe early in the morning so that you can attend the Simran and possibly our program. The last thing is cabin G3. There's an issue where it looks like there's somebody in there who shouldn't be in there, so after shutdown, we'll have to come by and make sure that the appropriate people are in there. So if you're not supposed to be in there, please speak up, because we'll have to move you either way. Okay, as part of our evening shutdown process, you know what we do is we do our lullaby. We do our close the day for the night, we do our lullaby, we do our simran, and we do the surla. So I'm going to ask Deviprit to come up. And we're going to start for tonight. It's going to be early evening, so Deviprit, Parvati, please come and this way, lullaby. Well, you can just start once.
Start with Simran and then Ethan's Rilla to end the divan. We love your participation and focus. So let's get started.
Bye.
सोहेला रागोड़ी दीप की महला पहला एक ओंकार सतगुर प्रसाद देहो देहो सजनिया सीसरिया देहो देहो सजनिया सीसरिया समानितो जन्म हर पखंडा है हर जन हर हर नाम समानितो करो विनती सुनो मेरे मीता संत कहन की बेला औत कह नसर नारी मन गुर मिल काज समाए संसार विकास से जगाए किया है कात जान जाको आए सोई हर हर मुर्दे बने बसेरा
Okay guys, we're gonna dismiss little Khalsas and cabins B1, B2, G1 and G2 to go to the dining hall for nighttime snacks. Everybody else, everyone please stay quiet. Everybody else, please stay for Sukhas and Sun.
Announcement has been made. Morning, Prakash and Simran. We actually start Simran at 4 o'clock, those who want to attend that. Parents with young children, you're welcome to bring your kids wrapped up in your comforters and sit here with us at 4 to 4:45 we do Simran, just Vaheguru Simran Road. And then we do Prakash, 4:45 to 5 o'clock. And then again we do Simran from 5 to 5:30. You can join us at this time. It's a great opportunity for us to enjoy that, and that's why we're at camp. So please do come if you are parents with young children who are able to get up in the morning. Morning nitnem time is mandatory for everyone. All parents, all sevadars to be here, all instructors to be here from 7. But then we do Asalivar 5:30 to 6:30. Again, that's an optional program for campers and everyone. But again, if you're a parent with young children attending, you're encouraged to attend those programs in the morning. Nitnem is mandatory, everyone. Okay, all Khalsas, all parents, all instructors, everyone must be here for Nitnem 7 to 8. And also, Rerasab is mandatory for everyone. You know? So, aur ye kirpa karan, aap wahan svere sab de darshan karange, those who can make it, or at least at 7 o'clock, everyone should be here. Make sure you take the initiative not to get stuck there at having chocolate milk and cookies in the morning and stay there, but make sure you make your way at 7 o'clock for Nitnem. So, all up on
वाहिगुरु सोहेला रागोड़ी दीप की महला पहला एक ओंकार सतगुर प्रसाद जय कर कीरत आखिए करते का कोई विचारो तित कर गावो सोहेला तुम गावो मेरे निर्भो का सोहेला हो वारी जित सोहेला सदा सुख होए रहा हो तेरे दान है कीमत ना पवै तिस दाते कवन सुमार देखो सजन असी सड़ियाँ ज्यों होवै साहिब स्यों मेल सदन हारा सिमरिया नानक से दे आवन आशा महला पहला बाबा जय कर करते कीरत होए सो कर राख बढ़ाई तोए रहा हो सूरज एको रुत अनेक नानक न करते के ते वेश सात राशि में ना पैदा ककर में हार रात चंदी अपने हार का मंडल जरत होती धूप मलयान लो पवन चमड़ो करे सगल बनराय फूलंत ज्योति कैसी आरती होए रोखना तेरी आरती मनमता शब्द भजन तेरी आओ सहस तब नैन न नैन है तो ही को सहस मूर्त नना एक तो ही सहस पद विभिन्न एक पद कंदित सहस कंदित चलत होई सब मह जोत जोत है सोए तिस्ता चानन सब मह चानन होए साखी जोत प्रगट होए ज्योतिष पागल स्वार्थी होए हर चरण कवल मकरंद लोभित मनो अनगनो मोहे आही प्यासा कृपा जल दे नानक सान को होए जाते तेरे नाय राग गोड़ी पूर्वी महला चौथा काम क्रोध नगर को भरिया मिल साधु खंडल खंडा है गुरु लिखित लिखे गुरु पाया हरने खंडे खंडा है कर साधु अंजलि पुन बड्डा है कर दंडौत पुन बड्डा है रहाओ सागर झर साध जाने चिन्ह हो मैं खंडा है जो चलै चबह दुख पाव है जम काल सह सिर डंडा है हर हर नाम समारे गुजर अविनाशी पुरख पाया परमेश्वर बहु सो खंड ब्रह्मंडा है जन नानक नाम आधार टेक है हर नामे ही सुख मंडा है करो विनती सुन मेरे मीता संत टहर की बेला यहाँ खाट चलो हर लाहा आगे बसन सुहेला औद कटैत नसरैन माड़े मन गुर बिल काज सवारे रहो के संसार विकासन से मैं करियो ब्रह्म ज्ञानी जिस सहज गाए पिया वह रस अकथ कथा तिन जानी जाको आए सोई हाजो हर गुर ते मन है बसेरा निज घर महल पाओ सुख सहजे बहुर न होए को बेरा अंतर जामी पुरख विधाते सरदा मन की पूरे नानक दास यह सुख मांगे भोग कर संतन की दूरे अंतर जामी पुरख विधाते सरदा मन की पूरे नानक दास यह सुख मांगे भोग कर संतन की दूरे वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की
तेरी वडियाई कोई ना बचा मेरा तिने ताप निवारण हरा दुखंता सुखरास ताको विघ्न को लगे झांकी प्रभा के अरदास अरदास एक ओंकार वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। श्री भगवती जी सहाय वार श्री भगवती जी की पातशाही दसवीं प्रथम भगवती सिमर कै गुरु नानक लही ध्याय फिर अंगद गुरते अमरदास रामदासै होई सहाय अर्जन हर गोबिंदो सिमरो श्री हर राय श्री हर कृष्ण ध्याय जिस डिठे सब दुख जाए तेग बहादुर सिमरिय कर नौ नित आवेदाय सब थाई हुए सहाय दसा पातशाही श्री गुरु गोबिंद सिंह साहिब जी सब थाई हुए सहाय दसा पातशाहियां दी जोत श्री गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब जी दी पाठ दीदार दा ध्यान करके बोलना जी हे निमानिया दे मान नितानिया दे तान नियोटिया दी ओट सच्चे पिता वाहिगुरु आप जी दे हजूर हुन सुखासन ते सोयरा दी अरदास है जी अखर वादा घाटा भुल चुक माफ करने जी सरबत्ते कार अछरास करने से प्यारे मेल जिन्ना मिलिया तेरा नाम चितिया वै नानक नाम चढ़ती कला तेरे मारे सरबत्ता भला नानक सतगुर पूछिया तिन्हार पूछ करावा पूछ